Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Morning. So, today is July 29, first meeting natin sa Computer Architecture and Organization or Computer Organization and Architecture. Again, I am your professor or university lecturer in this subject. Okay. So, without further delay, let us start our discussion on computer organization and architecture. So, here's the outline of our presentation. We have the computer architectures, the processor or the processors, microprocessors. We also have the basic measure of computer performance, computer components, and computer interconnection. So ano ba ang tinatawag na computer architecture? Okay? So sabi dito, excuse me. So sabi dito sa computer architecture, no, it refers to the design principles, okay, and organization of the components that make up a computer system. It includes hardware, software, and firmware aspects that determine the system's functionality, performance, and capabilities. Okay? It lays the foundation of how computer process information, execute instructions, and interact with hardware and software components. It refers to those attributes of a system visible only to a programmer. Those attributes that have a direct impact on the logical execution of the program. Okay. When we say computer architecture, no, ito yung design principle kung saan malalaman natin kung paano ba interconnected, paano ba ginawang, paano nagkaroon ng computer, and kung paano na-organize yung components inside the computer, not only the computer itself, but again, sa, sa kanyang smallest parts possible. Okay? And how these components have been connected for it to execute instructions and interact with hardware and software components. Again, hindi naman siya inilagay lang dyan basta para nang sa ganun, magkausap sila. No. There are considerations. There are things that you have to consider for it to work properly. Okay? In a basic example, no, hindi ka naman pwedeng bumili ng 13th generation na PC, pero ang gagamitin mo is motherboard ng 2000 pa. So, okay? So, that's the basic example. Hindi pwedeng naglagay ka ng CPU dyan na ang motherboard mo sobrang tagal, sobrang luma na. It is, somehow magkakaroon ka ng bottleneck na tinatawag, di ba? Dito, sa computer architecture, ganun din, no? It should be interconnected, the same time, compatible sila sa isa't isa for them or for it to work properly. Okay? Sinasabi din dyan, no? It lays the foundation of how computer process information. Again, when we say process information, in digital format, it understands only the binaries, okay? From one, zeros, di ba? From analog signals to digital signals, from voice into electronic waves, sound waves into digital format, o 1-0 ang alam niyan. We also have to consider the voltage output, the voltage input and output for it to work properly. Okay? Hindi naman pwedeng naglagay ka dyan ng mga processors na kulang yung voltage mo or kulang yung supply mo. No? So, that's the entirety of computer architecture. How these little components are being designed, being interconnected in such a way that it can easily process information, execute instructions, and interact with hardware and software components. Again, in a computer architecture, meron siyang instruction sinusunod. Saan manggagaling yun? Meron siyang iba't ibang hardware and software na tinatawag. Yung hardware, yung input-output mo, devices mo, diba? Yung software components mo, these are the things that you use to properly provide instructions sa isang computer application. Okay? So, later on, we can, tawag dito, understand more on how these components are being instructed or executing instructions. Okay. Also, it refers to those attributes of a system visible to a programmer. So basically, when we say visible only to programmers, processors usually has been designed by a programmer in such a way that meron siyang there is a software installed in them that can easily understandable by a programmer because again, like what I have told you earlier, meron siyang tinatawag na uh, iba't ibang components as well as this process, excuse me, na fetch, execute, decode, tinatawag. Kung anong input ng instructions mo, yun na i-execute niya, then jump to another instruction, execute. That's the idea. Later on, as we continue our discussion on this part, you can easily understand how this system works or how this architecture works in a computer. Okay? Those attributes that have direct impact the logical execution of a program. So I have here an example of a computer architecture. Okay, this is a logical or theoretical approach on how this architecture is being interconnected or designed. Okay, how this computer have been designed. Okay, so itong example sa right side, figure 1.1, the computer top level architecture. So if you want to know my reference, it has been provided by the West Dayan. I have the book or the PDF of the book Computer Architecture and Organization, 10th edition by William Stallings. Okay, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so here's the theoretical or logical idea of how computers have been created, invented, interconnected. In a computer, we have input, output, we have the main memory, we have the system bus, and the CPU. That's the initial idea of how computers are being designed. Merong input output, for example, hardware. Okay. We have the main memory, we have the RAM, the primary storage, the RAM. We also have the storage itself, the hard disks. The system bus, we have the PCBs that designed by computer engineers, I think. It has been interconnected through transistors, through copper wires. Yeah, that's the system bus. Okay, the connection between those uh, you know circuits dito and the CPU, central processing unit. Okay, so inside the CPU, inside the CPU, we have the registers, the ALU, the internal bus again, the bus dito system bus, ito internal bus, and the control unit. So sa CPU, we meron registers. I think this is what you call the addresses. No? Okay? Dito yung nakaipon yung iba't ibang instructions. And addresses, I think addresses. We also have here the ALU or the arithmetic logical unit. Dito yung mga basic mathematical equations nandito. Addition, subtraction, yeah, multiplication, yeah, ALU arithmetic logical unit. And we have here the internal bus wherein again this is the interconnection of the following logical units. And we have the control unit. Again, inside the control unit of a CPU, we have the sequencing logic, the control unit and registers and decodes and control memory. So later on, sa mga susunod na mga instructions natin on the slides, we will study the following circles or the following parts. Again, in a computer, we have the input output, we have the memory, we have the interconnections, which you call the system bus. We also have the CPU, the central processing unit. And inside the CPU, we have the registers, the ALU, the internal bus, and the control unit. Inside the control unit, we have the sequencing logic, control unit registers, coders, and control memory. Okay? Next naman is computer organization. Okay? What is computer organization? So computer organization refers to the operational units and their interconnections that realize the architectural specifications. It focuses on the operational structure and the way how components of computer systems are interconnected and managed. It provides a detailed understanding of how hardware components function together to execute software instructions, enabling efficient system design and troubleshooting. So, in computer organization, it is how the tangible or the physical way of interconnecting the following units. No? Kung dito kanina, it's a principle only, theoretical approach. No? In organization, it is the application. No? It is not the application of how these things should be connected. Okay? Refers to the operations units that interconnects and that realize the architectural operations. Specifications, should I say. So again, it focuses on the operational structure. Paano ba siya mapapagana? And the way components of a computer system are interconnected and managed. Okay? It provides a detailed understanding of how hardware, motherboard, nakita nyo, components function together to execute instructions, enabling efficient system design and troubleshooting. Okay. So kung dito kanina is theoretical tayo, dito is the logical or the actual interconnection of computer components. Okay? How the architectural design is being implemented here sa computer organization. Okay? It is the understanding of how hardware, okay, the hardware itself, no? For example, the CPU, the transistors within the CPU, the gates inside the CPU, now execute software functions or instructions, enabling system design and troubleshooting. So for example, no, we have the motherboard. This again is an example from the book or the PDF that I have, the reference book that the Wesleyan has provided. No? So here's an example of a multi-core computer designed. No? So in the motherboard, meron siyang iba't ibang chips. Meron siyang iba't ibang input-output chips. And meron siyang processor. Inside the processor, it must be organized again in a operational status. No? Inside the processor, meron tayong iba't ibang cores. Meron siyang cache memory dyan. And meron din tayong mga cores. Okay? Kung kanina, may mga bilog-bilog yan, theoretical dito, organized na siya. Di ba? Meron siyang apat na cores dito, meron siyang memory dito, meron siyang core dito, or either dito yung mga cores niya, dito yung cache niya. Again, I'm pronouncing this as cache. I don't know, sa iba cache. But for me, I will call it as cache. No? Core, or dito yung cache niya. Either way, depende sa design kung paano siya mapapagana. And inside the core, again, meron tayong ALU, meron tayong control unit dyan, and may mga cache tayo dyan. Okay, kung dito, ganyan lang idea natin, basta mapagsama-sama mo lang siya dyan, pero dito, organized na. It must be designed in a way that it is operational na. Operational structure, the way components of computer system are interconnected and managed. Okay? That's computer organization. Okay? So, to understand more about computer organization, computer architecture, and the CPU, let us watch the first video. Here's the the link. But I have prepared, I have downloaded it, so I can play na lang sa ating OBS.
The most basic division of a computer system is between the hardware and the software. Hardware is often described as the physical parts of a computer that you can actually touch with your hands, although that is not recommended, especially when the power is on. Software includes all the programmed instructions in a computer. There is the main program, called the system software, also known as the operating system, which controls and interacts with the hardware and software components. Application software are programs like Photoshop, Internet Explorer, and World of Warcraft. The main hardware components include the CPU, or Central Processing Unit, main memory, secondary storage devices, and the input and output devices. The CPU is a microchip that receives and decodes instructions from memory. Within the CPU are specialized units. One is the arithmetic logic unit. This part performs operations with numbers. The control unit manages the flow of instructions in time with the CPU clock. The faster the CPU clock, the more instructions that can be processed at a time. The processor I have is a quad-core. That means that there are 4 copies of the same transistor circuitry within one chip. With 4 cores, my processor can execute 4 times as many instructions at a time than if it only had 1 core. The main memory is volatile. That means whatever data is held here would be lost if the power went off. Volatile memory needs a constant flow of electricity to work, so it's only used for instructions in active use. Otherwise, data is stored in a permanent storage device like the hard drive. The main memory can be imagined as a sequence of cells that are either empty or contain instructions or data. Each cell has its own unique address. In the actual hardware, electrical signals of on and off represent all computer information. These on and off signals are called bits. The hardware of a computer is like a kitchen. It includes all the equipment necessary for cooking food, as well as an energy source and location for performing the processes of cooking. The kitchen is where the ideas of a recipe are translated into edible meals. A recipe is like software. A recipe is just a series of written instructions that tell you how to turn raw ingredients into a culinary masterpiece. By itself, a recipe is a useless piece of writing, but as soon as the recipe is interpreted and executed, the recipe has value as a functional tool that can be used again and again to produce the same result. Software is reusable. The instructions of software control the flow of data.
Yeah. So I hope you understand how computer architecture in the CPU is created or invented or developed. So nagbigay siya ng example dun kanina na meron kang ingredients or the set of instructions and i-decode mo siya para na sa ganun meron kang result. In computer architecture, meron kang set of instructions that must be executed or executed by the logical unit and implemented and executed by the CPU, the processor itself. And after the execution, balik ka sa address mo. Pagkayari sa address mo, kung yung instruction sa address mo, i-decode niya, execute niya. Ano lang naman siya. Okay? So here's the architecture and the organization defined or explained. No? In architecture, gumagana ba yung boses niya? In architecture, we have the conceptual design. In organization naman, operational units na and their interconnections. Okay? Architecture, conceptual design, and fundamental operational structure of the computer system. On the other hand, the operational units and their interconnections that realize the architectural specifications. Also, the focus deals with high-level design choices, including instruction sets, addressing modes, data types, and the overall logical structure of the system. On the other hand, organization deals with the physical implementation and the practical aspects of the computer operation. Okay, then physical implementation na. Okay, what are the key aspects of both ideas? In aspects, we have the ISA, or the instruction set architecture. Defines the set of instructions the computer can execute. Iba't iba instructions yan using ALU, the control unit, di ba? Hindi yun eh. The control unit, the ALU, and the registers. The microarchitecture, system design, how these it involves decisions about hardware components of CPU, memory, IO device, and their interconnections. And on the other hand naman, the control unit manages the execution of instructions. Ito siya, oh. Ito naman ang control unit natin. We have sequencing logic, control unit and registers, and decoders and control memory. The ALU performs arithmetic and logical operations. Organization of memory hierarchy. Kailangan din natin itong memory hierarchy na ito. No? Wherein you have the organization of memory components, cache, RAM, and secondary storages. Data path, the pathway through which data flows within the system. So those are the differences of each computer ideas or computer principles. The architecture and the organization. Again, in architecture is the fundamental or conceptual design. In organization, again, ito na yung physical, sabi dito, physical implementation. Ando na yan, magkakasama na siya. Okay? So, those are the differences between the two. Okay? Again, tandaan niyo po ito, ano? Architecture, the fundamental operation, and the conceptual design. Meron siyang aspects na ISA, microarchitecture, and system design. The organizations naman, we have the physical aspects, the physical implementation, and how these components are being interconnected through data path. You know? Meron siyang memory hierarchy, arithmetic logical unit, and control unit. Ano naman itong von Neumann? Sabi nila, Neumann daw to eh. So ako, I will, ang pronunciation of this, Neumann. Von Neumann architecture. So when we say von Neumann architecture, or the Princeton architecture, it's a type of computer design where both program instructions and data are stored in the same memory space. Okay. For example, you have a notebook where you write down both the steps to bake a cake and the list of ingredients you need. You look at the notebook to know what to do next and also to check what ingredients to use. In a computer with Princeton architecture, it uses one memory, like your notebook, kung saan nakalagay lahat ng instructions and ingredients, for both the instructions, steps, and the data ingredients. So that's the von Neumann architecture. No? Magkasama na doon sa kanyang design, yung sa kanyang memory space, yung instructions and the data. No? Ang binigay na example dito, again, for example, meron kang libro, How to Think Like a Roman Emperor. For example, meron kang libro, yung sinabi dito, nandito yung steps mo kung paano mag-bake, and nandito na rin yung ingredients mo na gagamitin. When we say instructions in a computer, yeah, the set of instructions. Okay? And yung the data uses naman, yun naman yung data mo. Okay? So yun ang idea niya. Magkasama na sa isang memory space yung instructions and data. No? So that's the von Neumann architecture. In the right side, no, ito yung kanyang conceptual design of the architecture. Okay? Nandito na sa memory mo yung instructions mo and instructions mo and data mo. And then it will be executed papunta rito sa CPU mo or sa processor mo. Okay? So ang idea diyan, isa yung system bus, kunin mo lahat diyan. Pag ganun yan, no? Kuha ka ng instruction, kuha ka ng data, pasok dito, process, labas. Kuha ka ng instruction and data, pasok, execute, labas. Kuha ka ng instructions mo, ng data mo dito, process mo dito, labas. Okay, so that's the idea of von Neumann architecture. Instructions in data are in the same memory, and it will be fetched into the processor to process the information or the data, and then babato niya sa labas. So that's the idea of von Neumann architecture. Okay, program instructions and the data are stored in the same memory space. Okay, so yan ang idea dyan. Sorry na ano pala yung mukha ko dito. Lipat natin ang bagay.